The Brenizer method allows you to take a telephoto lens and turn it into a super fast wide-angle lens. That means a wide-angle lens with the background blur of a telephoto lens. And it just creates an effect that people aren't used to seeing. And anytime we can make a photo that's a little bit visually different, we can make something unique and striking and something that gets a little bit of attention. It is just a panorama where a portrait subject is part of the frame. So I'll show you how to do it. I have Emily in this kind of nice scene here, and I have a 100mm lens. What I'm going to do is turn my camera vertical and take the first shot of Emily, and I'm just going to completely fill the frame. It'd be kind of awkwardly tight if it were a standalone portrait. Bend this knee over here. Yeah, there you go. Very nice. So I took a bunch of shots there. I'm going to be able to pick any of them. I'm shooting with a telephoto lens, but my resulting image is going to be wide angle. So you could bring a wide angle lens just to help you visualize it, but I'm just using my smartphone because that'll give me a better sense of what the overall scene will look like. What I'm going to do now is standard panorama shooting, which means I'm going to pan the camera around and take a whole bunch of pictures of all the surroundings. I'm going to overlap each picture by 30 to 50%. So there's going to be a lot of overlap, a whole bunch of pictures, and I'm going to stitch them together into one big picture later. I no longer should autofocus. So I'm using back button focus. I'm not going to refocus after that last shot. I'm also locked my exposure in using manual. So neither manual focus and manual setting, so everything stays the same between the shots. I took way more shots than I needed. You always want to capture a much wider angle of view than you actually plan to use, because with panoramas, you never have too many shots and you always end up cropping in from the sides. For one last step, I'm going to have Emily move out of the frame so I can capture shots of where she's standing, just so I can create a complete panorama without her and easily overlay my favorite shot in the panorama. So Emily, I'll just have you step out of the frame for a bit. Thank you. Now I just need to go back to the computer. I'm going to stitch them together using a program called Microsoft Ice, and hopefully it'll stitch them together automatically. You can also use Photo Merge in Lightroom. That's nice because it'll merge raw photos. If that works, that's better, but it often doesn't stitch stuff together as well as Microsoft Ice. Here's the final picture. It's equivalent to a 14mm f/0.2 lens mounted on a 1400 megapixel square format camera. It's an absolutely free way to get a truly unique look. Check out that impossibly shallow depth of field and incredible detail. I could print it 10 feet wide at 300 DPI. That's more than 3 meters. I hope you found it helpful. It's a good tool to have in your tool belt. You never know when you might have a perfect scene. It's useful if you don't happen to have a wide angle and you just need to work with a telephoto, even if you don't need that extra background blur. If you want to learn other cool techniques, check our book, Stunning Digital Photography, which has 14 hours of video in it and lots of tricks like that that'll make a big difference in your photography. The ebook is only 10 bucks. And subscribe to this channel for lots of free videos. If you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear your own experiences with the Brenizer method. Write a comment down below. Thanks.